To the National Football League on EA Sports. Today we hit Week 10, and we've got a good one in store between the Minnesota Vikings and the Los Angeles Rams. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And he is going to lose yardage here. Charles, when you talk about free safeties, I think one word comes to mind, range. And we saw an example of a rangy free safety right there.
And so much of being a good tackler is understanding and taking the right angles to a ball carrier. And that was just tremendous straight line speed there. He eliminated the angles and was able to meet his man behind the line of scrimmage.
And the next-gen stats tell the story as he was traveling at better than 19 miles an hour. Third down, Bridgewater. He rifles one that's intercepted. And he will bring it back. It's an interception return for a Rams touchdown. So a big defensive play there on the opening drive, no less, as they make the interception and bring it back for the score.
And I think that's a signal for how this defense wants to play. They want to be disruptive, and you know they're going to take some chances.
Well, sometimes it can burn you, but right there, it paid off. Point after here coming up. It's up, it's good, and the Rams take a 7-0 lead. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They were winners the last time they took the field, which was 2 weeks ago. They had the open week last week, so this is a squad that should be really refreshed. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. A big play there for Minnesota. And even 50 yards. Well, it's one thing to grab it with one hand, but when you make a catch of that distance, quite another.
Yes, sir. I mean, that one right there. We keep talking about the high-flying antics that we're seeing from receivers nowadays. Doesn't matter what spot they start in. But when it actually does happen in the heat of battle, it brings me right out of my seat.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They run it again with Cook. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. There he goes, left side. 20, 10, 5, and he will bring it back. It's an interception return for a Rams touchdown. A big play there by the rookie. An interception followed by the return for 6 points.
If you want to be accepted by your teammates and coaching staff, make plays like that.
Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This is taken just shy of the 10. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they, if you just look at this game, Charles, on paper, they've got the edge, no doubt. They're hanging around the top of the NFC. On the other side, you got a squad that's towards the bottom of the NFC. But when we mentioned that to the coaches, they were having no part of it.
Yeah, and I like how you said when we mentioned it. In fact, I mentioned it, and I upset them a little bit, didn't I? Because they wanted no part of that one, and I was reminded, like a 5-year-old, this is the NFL. Any given Sunday, anything can happen. They're guarding against the upset.
And he swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, second down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Play action. It's Bridgewater. Rolling to his right. That's to Dalvin Cook, his running back. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. They get 6. That'll leave him with 3rd and 4. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Throw left side, taken in by Jefferson. And he will have a Vikings first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4. A first down throw for Bridgewater. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Excellent defensive effort to get to him and provide a little contact before the catch could be made cleanly.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Bridgewater. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. An excellent gain, 35 yards.
That's a great job of working the sideline right there. I love how he tracked the football the whole way. Just reached up and pulled it in. Had excellent field presence to understand where he was in order to make that play happen.
And it's caught in the end zone for the Viking touchdown by Justin Jefferson. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings have cut it back within a score. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And that'll make our score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Piñeiro to kick it off. This will be fielded inside the 5. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll begin on the ground with Akers. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down. They had 3 tight ends in on that set, and they were really good at blocking for their running back.
And give them a lot of credit because in football nowadays, tight ends coming out of college often don't block very often. These guys have really developed into superior blockers, and that's why they use them in this formation so often.
Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. That's into the hands of Donovan Peoples-Jones. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 37. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right at him, and they pick up a first down.
And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35. The Rams at 3-5, 2 games under 500. And they come in losers of 2 straight, so try to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club that's more than capable of turning things around, and I expect them to play really well here.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing the throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down. And don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. It's a gain of 11 and a first down, L.A. Through 1 quarter, 14-7 our score.
First quarter, with the score, Rams 14, Vikings 7.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Going right back to Akers. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. 40 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Akers is not going anywhere. He'll be hit and dropped for no gain at the 2-yard line. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll try to throw here. Mayfield. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. And that one really pushes him back. A loss of 9. And now it's 3rd and goal after the sack. Throwing, Mayfield. And it'll be intercepted. Andrew Booth picks it off. And the Vikings are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. The defense, Charles, they bit a little bit, but they did not break. And then on 3rd and goal there, the huge interception.
Think of the momentum they're carrying with them right now, Brandon, because in their mind, whether they want to admit it or not, they were conceding 3 points. Their goal was to keep them out of the end zone, not give up a touchdown. Instead, they give up nothing. What a big-time play and a big-time stop by them.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Bridgewater. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. The Vikings on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Bridgewater to throw it. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. I think everyone in the stadium saw that big hit coming.
And I, as a former defensive back, have to admit I'm a little disappointed. He actually was able to hold on to the ball. He brought the lumber on that play. Give my man a whole lot of credit for taking the hit and possessing the football.
And picking up the first down. They're going to get about 3 here out of this first down run, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Bridgewater to throw it this time. Quick hitter here, it's complete. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. 3rd and 7 now.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Throwing is Bridgewater. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 46. Back to the ground, Cook. And down to the 36-yard line here. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
On 2nd down, it's Cook again. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Bridgewater. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. K.J. Osborne, 34 yards. And the Vikings are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This is taken just shy of the 10. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. 3 and 5 is where they sit on the year. A very uneven start is certainly not an ideal position to be in at the halfway point of the season. CB, do you see an avenue where they can still be a playoff team, or is that ship sailed?
Well, since you took me to the nautical side, I'm going to try and keep up here because to me, this ship is about ready to pull out of port. These next couple of games are absolute must-wins for them. Now, if they can win a couple, get to 5 and 5, maybe they start believing in themselves. But a loss here, that would move them to 3 and 6. And if that's the case, well, that boat is going to head out to the harbor with them still on the dock.
First down, Mayfield. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. So a nice bounce back there defensively after giving up the big play.
Yeah, you can either get down on yourself or you can get motivated. And that time, they dropped him for a loss. So I would say that they got motivated and made the play.
And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 25-yard line. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. On 1st and 10, Mayfield. And that's going to now a loose football. The ball comes out, but it looked like a Rams player was able to get his hands on it, yes. So they will hold on to the football indeed. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Donovan Peoples-Jones from 13 yards out. And the Rams will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Point after, up and good. And the lead is now 21-14. The kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
The Vikings going to signal for their first of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Here's Bridgewater. And he'll just get rid of it.
Thrown to the sideline and incomplete. It's 3rd down and 7 yards to go.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Oh, nice move. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call.
Here we go.
And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Rams going to get the football first here, and they look to build on their lead as the second half gets started. This is taken just shy of the 10. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Here's Mayfield. Flushed. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Danielle Hunter able to run him down for a 15-yard loss, and it will be 4th down. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. This is brought in at the 21. They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay,
and Bridgewater intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked off by Brandon Echols. And the Rams are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. So they took their shot. That was a pretty good heave, but in the end, the free safety is the one who comes away with the football.
And two of the traits that you look for in a good free safety, range and decision-making. Both on display right there. And it didn't hurt that he's got a good pair of hands, too.
And he powers through the first wave, but he's going to be swallowed up behind the line of scrimmage.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Mayfield looks to throw. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Andrew Booth picks it off. And the Vikings are going to take over at their own 41. But one side gets an interception, but their defense comes on the field and picks him right back up by getting a pick of their own.
And I think you saw the same thing that I did, Brandon. As he ran off the field after making that play, we saw his quarterback seek him out and offer a personal thank you to bail him out a little bit as the offense takes the field again. 99
yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
2nd down, they go right back to Cook. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook, his 8th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And we are tied at 21. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. This one taken just inside the 10.
The Rams take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They'll need to regroup after the costly interception last time. It led to a tying touchdown. 21 all is where we stand, and they've got it 1st and 10. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. 3rd quarter, all tied up. This is 2nd and 10. A give up the middle to Akers. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. They went with the run-pass option, and I don't know if the option really mattered there because the defense was ready.
So many times you put the defense at a disadvantage because you have those multiple options, but when they read their keys and play it correctly, sometimes the result goes in their favor.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. Looking deep downfield. And Mayfield again with the interception, his 3rd. Andrew Booth picks it off. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman.
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
With the Eagles.
That's right. Then with the Eagles.
And the Rams got it. They bring him down. Jadeveon Clowney showing the explosiveness on the sack. Boy, that's tough, Charles. First play of the drive, you're hoping to stay ahead of schedule. You take that huge sack, and now you're facing 2nd and a mile.
And the entire time, you were probably thinking the same thing I was. Either get rid of the ball safely, of course, or go down. The yardage he gave up on that play, that's going to be tough for them to make up.
And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. Give him 5 yards on the run there, but it'll leave him with a definite 3rd and long on the horizon.
Not a ton of room available on that one, but he made use of what space was available and gained decent yardage.
So it's 3rd and long, and defensively not a real surprise there in the dime. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway. So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10, down at the 31. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line. 136 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues. They run again on 1st down. Cook. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
It went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
A quick throw by Bridgewater. That's complete. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. This offense on 3rd down today, they've been very good. 5 for 7 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll run it. Here's Cook. Well, they needed 2. They could only get 1. 4th down. Temptation there certainly to go for this, but I think you have to kick it, right?
The temptation coming from the fantasy owners, right? I mean, there are some that are going to want to kick it because they may have that kicker, but overall, get more yardage, maybe a chance for a touchdown. But no, absolutely not. Run that field goal kicker out there. Kick it. You got to take the chance to take the lead right now. You don't want to put it back on your defense.
And boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the 1st down. And that will force a turnover on downs. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. Andrew Booth making the tackle. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Mayfield. That'll be caught. It's Cup. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Now a give. Akers running left. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Second down, they'll go with Akers again. And he's got room. And he's going to get this all the way down to the Vikings' 37-yard line. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They'll go again here with Akers. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Now Mayfield. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. They get to him for a loss of 4, and it brings up 3rd down on the sack. A tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. On 3rd down, here's a run by Akers. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a 4th down. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to break our 4th quarter tie. And this one is right down Broadway. And they have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. So he waited on the sideline for his first chance of the ballgame, and it didn't come until the 4th quarter, but he connects there. A big one to give him the lead.
Boy, you talk about coming in cold. I don't care how many times you kick it into a net. You're not really ready when you go out there and all that beef is coming at you trying to block the kick. Big spot, and he delivers.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. To throw is Bridgewater. And that is incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Desperation time. 4th down. Bridgewater. To the sideline, and he's got it. They say the feet are down. Yes, a lot. As they're in, that'll be a 1st down. Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. 1st down, and he gets out of bounds.
They have to like the play calling because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively. That's how it's going to work. Sidelines and then completions to use the clock.
And he's able to break through 1 tackle, but it slowed him down enough that he could only manage getting back to the line of scrimmage. Throwing on 2nd down. Bridgewater. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
You could tell they wanted to get that ball downfield. They had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
On 3rd down, Bridgewater. That'll be complete to Cook. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 33. They give them 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Left side, Cook. And able to get this to the 31.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
2nd down and 8. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
Bridgewater. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And he will have a Vikings first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And they'll get to him just inside the 15. Even after the strong run we just saw, they're able to corral him quickly defensively. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
I know they got a little yardage there, but I'm not sure their investment is right. They're still running the football, and I'm not sure there's enough time to continue to do that.
And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game.
Another carry for their leader, and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And he's across for the touchdown, and it's likely the game winner here in the closing stages. Pinheiro now to add the extra point. And it would appear they're going to get out of here with a come-from-behind victory.
The score, Vikings 28, Rams 24.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. Pulls it in at the 13. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. So after all of this, it comes down to one final play.
And just think of what it's going to be, because from this distance, you've got to be prepared for everything. Hook and laterals, tip ball.
And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. And the Vikings are going to hang on the final play. They get the turnover to seal this football game. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is, in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for the Vikings, the win will help them keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 6-3 on the year.